and multi-appers. Hope you guys are all making money, making your financial goals. I am heading home. My little 12-hour day is over, and I didn't make 300 though, but I made 298, which I'll take it. I'm just waiting for a nice Lyft ride home. I might get it, might not, but so to tell you guys, Instacart's starting to explode a little bit here now that the taxes are over. Uh, taxes are, how's that? Oh, okay. Yeah, taxes are over and the orders are starting to pick up. It's the other day I had a $440 day, and today was pretty good. You know, the car alarm's going on. Um, I was going to tell you guys, really concentrate on that hourly wage, because today I turned down a 40, but it was a long delivery, and it was like 20, 28 items, something like that. So it would have been like a 30-minute shop. Then it was going to be a 30-minute delivery and then 30 minutes back. It just wasn't worth it. And I turned down like a bunch of 35s with long delivery that I may have taken at one point, but now with Instacart picking up, I waited, and it always pays off. Well, it has been lately. Um, it pays off to just wait for the good ones. And I know some of you guys are in areas where it's slow. You're gonna have Some of you guys are in areas where Instacart is slow, and so you're gonna have to multi-app. So I mean, there's nothing you can do. You want to make your financial goal, so you have to have the apps on. I don't keep DoorDash on anymore because DoorDash just gets in the way of what I'm trying to do. But if I had one day a week, I might dedicate to DoorDash once I make my weekly goal. Maybe on Sunday afternoon, I'll just do DoorDash. Uh, but yeah, it kind of gets in the way a little bit. But Instacart's picking up, and it's good because a lot of the shoppers have quit. A lot of them have quit, or they only do it on the weekends now because they have day jobs during the week. And I told you a long time ago, if you just work harder than everyone else, you're going to win every time. You're going to make your goals, but you got to work harder. You got to be out there early, and you got to stay out a little bit later, and you have to stay to that contractual hourly wage, and you're going to beat everybody. You're going to kind of go by them real quick because they're swiping at $10 batches and stuff like that. I don't understand that, but it happens. Um, there's a few people that wait for the good batches, but there's only a few. And once they're on a batch, it's wide open, kind of stuff. Right now, I'm just waiting for a ride to take someone down to where I live. Probably won't get it because I'm doing live right now, but um, Instacart, if you guys are doing it where I'm doing it or anywhere in Southern California, you're going to find that it's starting to pick up. The orders are picking up. I noticed some new shoppers too, and they look good. They're dressed right, they're professional, and it's good for Instacart. Uh, and so this week I didn't do a whole lot of Lyft. I'm not going to get that electric vehicle bonus this week because Instacart has just been keeping me really busy. And you know, if I can make 300 on Instacart, there's no need for me to take small Lyft rides to try to get a bonus, because the time it takes is going to take away from doing Instacart. And I hate driving and doing a ride and watching good batches go and I can't take them. So, uh, yeah, so that's basically been, you know, I did a couple videos. I did my short on what I made on Wednesday, and there's a couple people making comments that I'm lying and then you can't do it. Like, you know, I have no reason to lie. I don't have any Photoshop. I don't do any of that nonsense. I'm not into that. What I'm into is trying to show people that really want to make money to stay with their contractual hourly wage. That's all you got to do. If you stick to that, everything else will fall in place. I guarantee it. Just stick to the hourly wage, um, and you'll get it. And I don't know what else to tell you. If you guys have any questions, you know, ask me, and I'll tell you exactly what I do and how I do it. But I've done videos on this before. I keep Uber, Lyft, and Uber Eats, Lyft, and Instacart on all day. This week I haven't kept Lyft on that much, so it's just been basically Instacart and Uber Eats. And with those two, I've been able to make my 300 a day. Like I said, the other day it was 449. That was because I got a $135 batch. That's rare. I don't even get those. I get those maybe once every 6 months. But I got one the other day, and it turned into a good day. But even without that, I would have still made 310, 315, somewhere in there. Because my goal is 300. I don't know what you guys' goal is, but mine's 300. Um, on a slow day, I'll settle for 225, but I don't like having a day under 200. I'll stay out later and do small batches. Because remember, I told you from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, a lot of batches come in, and a lot of good batches, a lot of alcohol batches. I love alcohol batches because usually it'll be like $25 for 10 items, but there'll be alcohol in there. And the mileage is usually within 5 miles. A lot of times it's less than that. But if you guys work 6 to 10, that's where the money is. There's money to be made there. You can easily make $150 in those 4 hours, but you have to pick them right. You have to stick to the contractual hourly wage and get in your diamond mine. Get around in an area where all the stores are surrounding you in like a 1 mile or 2 mile radius. If you can do that, I know some of you can't do that. And I know some of you in other states that don't have the electric vehicle bonus for Lyft. And I know some of you in other states like North Carolina and some of the places back east where the batches are just not good. I don't know what to tell you for that. I can only tell you how I do it here in Southern California. Um, but I have noticed after April 15th, the orders have picked up. Um, so, you know, I hope you guys are making a lot of money. Let me put my glasses on so I can read some of the questions that are coming in. Are you voting for Biden again? I didn't vote for him this year. I haven't. I'm not into politics because I don't care what happens. But you know, it doesn't matter who's in there. There's going to be war. There's going to be problems. There's going to be inflation. Doesn't matter. One guy can't do anything. So I don't get into that. How can we donate to the channel? There should be a little button to press if you wanted to send me something. Um, but you know, I get more enjoyment out of just knowing that you guys are taking the right orders, giving great customer service, and that you're making money on tips and on good batches. Um, is he the transporter? I don't know what that means. Currently pooping in a Home Depot. bucket at work while working because I can't. I don't know what that means. What part of Cali are you from? Well, I was born in Southern California, so go watch and, and tell him or it puts the lotion on the skin. Are we talking about Instacart, or is this? I'm not sure that you don't know Jason Statham. Did you open the package? I'm not sure what you mean, Howie. So I'm not sure what you mean. I'm 60. I'm 60. Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I wake up at 5:30. If sometimes I'll get an earlier start, I'll go to bed at uh, 9, like 9:30, and I'll wake up at 4 to be out of the house by 5 and get started by 5:30 because you're gonna find, even though the grocery stores aren't open yet, most of them, there's a lot of Uber Eats for Starbucks. Um, there's a lot of Uber Eats that are nice runs, like $8 for 15 minutes, right at the store. You go in there, 5 minutes to wait, get it, grab it, 5-minute delivery. If you make $8 in 15 minutes, that's $32 contractual. That's what I go for. And you can do a bunch of them before the grocery stores open. And a lot of times I'm already at $50 by 8 o'clock, by 7:30. By the time some of the stores open, and that's just on Uber Eats. I might do a couple Lyft rides because Lyft offers bonuses. They offer bonuses in the morning when you take people to work, like $2 extra, $2 per ride, extra $5 per ride, and so the little $5, $7 rides that take maybe 10 minutes to do, 15 minutes, you add another 5 and you get tips. It makes things okay. What I've been noticing is I'm kind of at $50 to $60 most of the time. This is average by like 9 o'clock. By 12 o'clock, I'm usually at about $125. By 3 o'clock, I'm getting around $180. And then, by 5 o'clock, I'm over 200. Then I'll stay out a little later to try to get to 300. That's kind of an average. That's what's happening on an average for me. That's just what happens for me. Um, Lately, with the orders being better, I've been at $100 by 9 or 10 o'clock, and I've been at $200 by noon. So it's easier to get to $300 and then stay out a little later, and you can get it up to near $400. The other day, like I said, I got the $130 batch. That doesn't happen very often. That would have normally been a $300 day, but you get lucky sometimes. And I don't do Costco unless it's just an incredible batch. Because this store I just don't know the store very well. They move things around a lot. I get tired of searching for stuff in a big store like that. So the order has to really pay a lot for me to not get frustrated searching around for stuff and asking employees where stuff is. So I don't do Costco. And you guys, if you know the channel, I got banned from Vaughn's and Albertsons so over a loyalty card infraction. This was like in May of 2020. So I don't have Vaughn's, Albertsons, or Pavilions. Uh, but I'm still able to make it, with the stores I have. And I know you guys are in some areas where the batches aren't as good. And all I can tell you is you're in areas where the cost of living is a lot less. You can come out here to California and do what I'm doing. You can even do it in my area. You can sit right next to me and I'll show you what I'm doing, but you're not going to be able to do it. I know that. I'm not trying to sound mean or anything, but It's kind of like trading stocks. You can sit right next to a trader who's successful and try to place the same trades, and it's just not going to work. You're not going to get the results. So you can sit next to me, and I can show you what I'm doing. You can be in the same area. You're not going to get the same results. So what you have to do is, if you're in an area where the batches aren't as good, know that your cost of living is a lot less. Um, you know, for some of you guys that think it's so much better in California, and it's so cushy. I mean, I paid $9,000 in taxes, and that's with all the write-offs that I have. So it's expensive to live out here, man. I mean, you'll make a little more money doing Instacart and doing rideshare, but it equals out to where you are in your part of the country. It just equals out, you know. Yeah, we get a little Prop 22, but that's not much. Um, get a little health care stipend, but that's not much. It doesn't cover hardly any of what I have to pay in health care. So you just have to understand, don't worry about your yearly, your monthly, and your weekly. Don't worry about that. Just worry about your contractual hourly wage each time you take a batch or a ride or a delivery for Uber Eats or something like that. If you just concentrate on that and try to make $30 an hour or more, if you get 28, take it. 26, that's about as low as I'm going to go. And don't worry about passing up certain jobs, because the one that's for you with the contractual hourly rate that you want, it's going to come. Believe me, I guarantee it. It's going to come. I've been doing this a long time. I just hit 8,000 batches. 8,000 batches. So I have a little bit of knowledge about what's going on. And I want you guys to make money. I don't want you to watch my videos and get pissed off. That's not my intention. Um, watch the videos, ask me questions. I answer every single uh, you know question that comes in if it's legitimate. So anyway, let me see what you guys. You couldn't pay me to live in California these days. I know it's a tough place to live. What city do you circulate? $200 a day every day. Yeah, I mean, I go for three, um, but yeah, 200. I'll take it on a slow day. I'll be happy with that, and I'll roll home with 200 or 225, and I'm fine with that. So, um, I don't know. I don't know. It's not that hard, guys. You don't make it more difficult than it is. If you have a gas car, it's going to be tough too. It's just going to be tough because gas is not going to come down. You know, and Instacart is tough sometimes because the prices are so high. I did a batch today, and the guy ordered. I don't know if you guys know what uh, ghee butter is. GHEE. But one thing, $52. Right? Gallon of orange juice out here is $8. That's for the Kroger brand. That's not for that's just for the basic orange juice. So it's tough to live out here. You know, the person that got the ghee butter for $52, I also got these strawberries called Harry strawberries. They're really sweet, dark red. One little container, 16 ounce, $25. It's out of control. It's out of control. I saw candles for $45 sitting next to a bottle of whiskey for $38. You don't think things are out of control when you're paying more for a candle than you are for a bottle of whiskey? Come on. Uh, yeah, gas is not coming down. It's heading back towards $6 a gallon. I'm thinking by the end of next year, $8 to $9 per gallon. That's what I do. Yes, I am a rideshare person, but only to get the bonuses on Lyft. That's all. I only do it for the bonuses on Lyft, which is a $150 bonus for 50 rides in 1 week. And so you mix about 8 to 10 rides in per day while you're doing Instacart. And I've told you this before. Um, while you're doing Instacart, Instacart is your main thing. While you're doing Instacart, when it slows down, you you grab a couple quick rides. The rides I'm taking are they need to be within 5 minutes of me, and I don't want you in my car for more than 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? These are $5, $7, $9 rides, and they need to be quick. They need to be quick. And when I do Uber Eats or any other DoorDash or anything like that, they're subject to cancel if a big batch comes in. And I hate to do that, and I don't do it very often because that's not fair to the customer. But if you're on a $7 Starbucks run and Starbucks doesn't have their act together, and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, pretty soon your $7 is going to be for 20 or 25 minutes. It sucks, right? And so I can't sit around and wait on a restaurant that doesn't have their act together while a batch comes through. I'm going to take it. That's just the way it is. Everybody does it. I don't know how many people multi-app. I don't know anybody who multi-apps. But I see people on the internet that say they do. But to make your 300 a day, if you work 6 days a week, that's 1,800. And then if you get that bonus, it's another 150. It's about 1,950. Now I've seen videos of guys doing Lyft that are driving for 80 hours. That means they drive every day until Lyft cuts them off. Lyft will cut you off after so many hours, and you won't be able to drive until you take a break. These guys are riding 80 hours a week to make $2,000. You don't have to do that if you have Instacart. You don't have to do that. 80 hours a week is dangerous to be on the road that long. It's dangerous to you. It's dangerous to your passengers, and it's not sustainable because I've been doing this since 2020. There's no way anybody's going to be able to work 80 hours a week every week, 50 weeks a year. I guarantee it. If they are, they don't. If they are, they're not posting it, right? So you have to. You have to do things that are sustainable, and yeah, that's all I got to say about it. I mean, I hope you guys are hearing what I'm saying. Right now, most of the money is from DoorDash while I'm building my Instacart up. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, they're on special pills, exactly, which is dangerous, man. That's just dangerous. Um, it's just a dangerous way to go. How many hours do you have to work a day to get 130? I'm usually at 130 by noon. So, and if I start, get out there and pretty much start at 5:30, 6:30. I mean, I'm at the Chargers by 5:30. But if I pretty much get out there at 6:30, yeah, 6 hours to get to 130. I know it sounds like not much, but you don't know when the batches are going to come in, you know, and you don't know when a big batch is going to come in. So I don't know really how to answer that question. It's just to get to 1:30. Sometimes I'm there by 9, 10 o'clock, and then sometimes it's slow, and I don't get there until 2 o'clock. You know, so it just depends. But you have to go for the contractual hourly rate. Don't just see a $50 or $60 batch and swipe it really quick because it's 50 or 60. That thing might be, you know, $50 for 50 items and a 10-mile delivery. And if you think about it, think about that. $50 for 50 items and a 10-mile delivery. I'm not going to take that because I'm not the fastest shopper in the world, but I average about one item per minute. If I have to look for an item, it might take me more than a minute. Most of them I know where they are, so I can do it in less than a minute. But if you average one item per minute, 50 items, that's 50 minutes. Okay, let's say I'm getting $50 for the batch, and it's 50 items in a store that I kind of know, right? But if I average one a thing, and then checkout, you figure 50 items, you're going to roll through checkout. It's going to take about maybe 10 minutes. So there's an hour right there. Okay, 10-mile delivery. You're looking. I mean, right there, you're looking. That's going to be probably 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes to get back. So you're almost 2 hours to do a $50 batch. It doesn't make any sense. It's $25 an hour. It's okay. But in that 2 hours, I'm rolling little 20s and 30s, and I can do two or three of those. And in 2 hours, I got $90, and you got your 50. You got the bigger batch, but you made less money. I hope you guys can see and understand that. Okay, you have to pick the right batches and choose the contractual hourly rate. If I hit a $50 batch and it has 50 items, I don't want to drive more than a mile or two. I want that delivery to be 5, 10 minutes away from where I'm at. Because if it's a store I know, then I'll average out an item. I'll average out one item every 30 seconds. If it's a store I know, because some of the items are going to be even quicker than that because they're sitting right there. You know. Um, Another thing I see shoppers do is leave their cart and then go grab things, and they're holding all these things while they're walking back to their cart. You're going to end up, somebody's going to move your cart. That's what's going to happen to you. Or somebody's going to grab something out of your cart, or some employee's going to see the cart and think it's abandoned and start putting the stuff back on the shelf. It's just a bad thing to do. I know that the app tells you to do that. The app tells you there's somewhere in there where it says, hey, if you speed techniques or something, you know, go grab a bunch of items and bring them back to your cart. Why would you do that? Just roll around with your cart, you know? Um, the only time I ever leave a cart is if I have to do two carts. But even then, I'll roll around with both the carts. I will roll around with both of the carts. And so, these are just things that I've learned over time to make things quicker. All of you should have pre-typed messages in your phone, so to where all you have to do is hit a couple letters and it pulls it up. You do it if you do it on your iPhone. You go into General and then Phone, hit Phone, and then I forgot his messages. I forgot exactly how to do it. I think I did a video telling people how to do it. But you want to put those messages in your phone because they're personal messages from you to the customer. Customers love it too. It's how you're going to get extra tips. Um, and the messages are obviously. Hang on, let me get rid of Uber here. The messages are going to be obviously when you start the batch, you hit the pre-done messages. I use the professional message that says, "Hi, this is Daryl. I'm getting ready to start on your order. If I can't find anything, I will let you know, and blah blah blah. But when it comes to when I get done, even though the app notifies the customer that I'm in checkout and I'm done shopping and I'm on my way, I send them a message, and uh, it's already pre-done. All I have to do is put their name in it, and it basically says, "I'm on my way. I'll see you soon." And if there's alcohol in the order, I have another message that I pop in through a code. All I have to do is hit two little letters, and the whole message comes up, and it'll say, "I'm done shopping. I'm on my way. Once I arrive, I will need to verify identification for the alcohol." Because I don't want to get there and then they have to search for their license, and they don't. Cause a lot of people don't understand that alcohol requires verification of their ID. So I let them know when I leave the store, because I don't want to waste any time when I get to these people's houses. And then when I'm done, I have three different messages. The first one is short. If I found everything and I didn't have to contact them, it just says your order's complete. Thank you for using Instacart. Have a wonderful day, Daryl, your Instacart shopper. If I had to make replacements and they didn't contact me, I have another one that says, I'm sorry things were out of stock. I tried my best to find the best replacements. Your order's complete. Have a nice day. If they did contact me, there's another one that says, thank you for staying in contact with me while I was shopping. I really appreciate that. It helps a lot. And it makes them feel like they're helping me. You have to understand, this is all customer service. This is all to get tips. And it works. And I've proved it to you. I've shown you the results of it. These are all pre-made messages that I came up with. You need to come up with your own pre-made messages. And, so you can get tips. This is all about tips. Okay. As I'm talking to you guys, look, it's 7:30. I'm watching batches come through the app for the area that I'm in right now, which is down in the valley. I'm around what is this? I don't know, White Oak. I'm in Encino, basically. Batches just keep rolling in from this Ralph's. There's lots of Ralphs around here. There's a Petco right there. There's a Bevmo right there. These batches are coming in. They're easy batches. They're small, but you know, a big one will come in. But anyway, really take time to, and I've told you this in that last video I did, take pride in yourself. This is your business. Now, I'm not talking about Instacart. I'm talking about you, your courier service. This is your delivery business. Take pride in it, man. Dress right, look right, groom right. Um, I don't know how else to tell you to do customer service, but I'm so tired of seeing Instacarters looking like they just rolled out of bed, headphones on, talking to other people on the phone, refunding. I'm just sick of it. It ruins the whole experience, and that's why I have to multi-app sometimes. But if you take pride in yourself, this is your business. You're a 1099 independent contractor. You get paid all the money, pay your own taxes. Why would you crap on yourself by not looking right, not being cordial, not making sure the customer gets everything they want? As far as rideshare, don't screw yourself. Just be nice. All you got to do is be nice and smile. Make sure your car is clean. Drive safely. Ask them, do you have enough leg room back there? Is there any music you want to hear? All that stuff. It's customer service, man. Oh, I was going to tell you something I didn't tell you on the video about making this your own. Last year, I checked my tips. Okay, I made, this was 800, 1,500, about $2,500 came from just tips. Just tips. Tips. $2,500 from tips. That's an average. And I don't have the exact number, but one was 18, one was 800, was it? There's 13 and 800. There was another one was like 400. 2,500 in tips. Divide that by 12, right? What's that? 200 a month? 200 a month. I'll take it. It's free money. I mean, I got to pay taxes on it, and then that doesn't count. That's only the tips from the app. That doesn't count the cash tips. It's probably another 500 in cash tips, um, because I get a lot of cash tips in the car. People will give me money for the ride, and then there's a lot of regular customers that give me tips every time on Instacart. But 2,500 in tips, it doesn't take much to get tips. And try to is this me right here? Yeah. Just try to enjoy the process, man. That's all I can tell you. If you don't enjoy this job, or it makes you feel like a chump, if you have to take blame for something that you know is not your fault, that's customer service. Take blame for it. I'm sorry this is out of stock. That's all you have to do. Um, whatever it is, you apologize for whatever it is, take blame, and move on. It shows a lot about you when you do that. But if you take that attitude, it's not my fault. Come on. How are you going to expect to get anything if you take that attitude? That's a child's attitude. Okay? It's the customer service is everything. And enjoying the process of this is everything. I've already told you, and if you enjoy it, be friendly to the people in the stores that you work with. The employees I'm talking about. Get to know them by name, man. And you're going to be in the same stores every day. Get to know people by name. Talk to them. Say, laugh about stuff. Talk about the $52 bottle of ghee butter, um, because when you need something in one of those stores, that's when all that good joy comes back to you. And they're going to be like, they're going to get to know you on a first name basis. You're going to be like an employee of the store almost, except you're going to be making twice, three times what the employees make, you know? And you never want to tell anybody what you're making, ever. Don't ever, ever, ever tell anyone what you make. Ever, ever tell anyone what you make. That's very, very important. Don't do it. Don't even tell other Instacarters, even if you want to brag or you want to brag to somebody about what you made or what big batch you got or any. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not cool. It's not adult like. We don't discuss what we make. I don't want you looking in my phone. I don't want you to know what's in my phone. I share everything with you guys because of the YouTube channel and some people that are struggling. All right. I share it. But when I'm out there in the public, I don't care if anybody asks me anything like, hey, what'd you make today? I did okay. That's all I say. I did okay. You know, um, but you don't ever want to tell anybody the batch that you got because all it's going to do is make them feel not good, because they're going to feel like they missed out and you got it. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. If anybody asks you how you're doing, just say, I'm doing all right. People a lot of times will say, um, wow, like in January, February, March, before taxes, people say, man, Instacart's really slow. How is it for you? I always say it's the same every day. It's this brag about anything. If you want to tell people what you make, start a YouTube channel or do it on TikTok or something, and you can get your feelings out on those apps, on those platforms. But don't ever tell people what you make. I can't stress how important that is. Okay. Let me see what you guys are chiming in here. Once you get preferred shopper program, do you need help? So yeah, I'm waiting to get that. I was thinking of buying a new Model Y and focus on rideshare. What do you think in your opinion? I love it. I love that idea. You don't have to get a Model Y, but Model Y will get you more than the Model 3. I can't do like the luxury rides. They won't do it for Model 3. I can do comfort rides, but yeah, the Model Y is nice. But once you get that, you better commit to making it work. Um, let's see. I really totally agree. Take it seriously and treat it like a business. Yes, the new Model Y is 30K. Yeah. Yes. Yep. You got to do it. You have to do it as your business. This is your business. This is just like opening up a business in a strip mall where you're going to pay for leases and equipment and employees. It's the same thing. The Tesla is for business. I don't have a personal car. I use the business car for my personal needs. Even though, yes, I own the car, I bought the car, it's in my name, but it's a business expense, right? And it's a write-off. Everything's a write-off. Everything you do for the car is a write-off. Um, so I think it's a great idea to get the Model Y, keep it clean, take it serious, man. I've had Uber drivers come up and in suit and tie, and that looks good, man. I'm tipping every time for that. I'm tipping every time for professionalism. It means a lot, especially if they're bringing me my groceries and they're professional and they look professional. They smile when I meet them, uh, and I can get a chance to talk to them. It's all about professionalism. I know this is just a cash grab for some people, or it's a side hustle, and they don't care. They don't want to talk to any customers. They just want to get the cash and go pay a bill with it. And I've told you before, if you treat it like that, that's what it's going to be for you. That's what it's going to be. If you take a $20 batch and you don't care about it, you're just going in there trying to make the $20, that's what you're going to make. But I'm going to take the same batch, and when stuff's out of stock and I send pictures and I contact them, I'm going to get 25. It won't happen every time, but I guarantee it's going to happen most times. And if I get a chance to talk to them, it'll be even more. And if they can add items, if I can replace items with regulars out of stock, can I get you the organic? Boom. Yeah, every time it goes up, it's going to go up a little bit every time, right? Uh, Another thing you can do, fluff the batch, meaning when you get, say somebody orders a filet mignon and you get over there and there's four of them, and one's at $45 because it's the heaviest one. There's one at 38, and then there's a little one for like 29. Grab the 45. Grab the biggest one. When you go to the deli and they want a pound of macaroni salad, always tell the guy, don't go under. If you can't get it right at a pound, go over, and they will. They'll go over a little bit, and it'll make it a little bit more expensive, but you're not doing anything wrong. It's a pound, maybe a pound and point three or something like that, because the deli guy went over, or the container weighs an ounce or something like that. The customer likes that. They want that. Last thing you want is to go under. Let me get a pound of potato salad, and you guy gives you point 0.6. I've had this happen before, and I'll say, hey, dude, they ordered a pound. I know you're in a hurry and there's a lot of customers, but I kind of need a pound. I don't need point 0.6, because you bring that to the customer, they don't care. Guy behind the deli counter doesn't care, but I care, and my customer cares, and that's the main concern. I'm just telling you little things that you can do that add up, and by the end of the year, you look at your results, you're like, whoa, 2,500 in tips, and the bats, you know, it's all about, this is your business. This is your business. Act like it. Treat it like that. This is your own courier business. You're a delivery. You have your own delivery business. Um, that's all I can tell you. I'm home now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in and get something to eat. I drive a Model 3, and other than tires, it's maintenance free. Exactly. Hello. I've been trying to tell people that since I got this car. And even the people that get in the car, when they have an objection, oh, the infrastructure's not there. I click on the infrastructure right on the screen, and they're like, wow, I didn't know there were that many chargers. Yeah. And then they're like, well, the hybrid gets more mileage. Okay, well, the hybrid's got a gas engine in it, and you're going to have oil changes, belts, cooling system, transmission. You're going to have all that maintenance. Sorry. I've had the Tesla for 78,000 miles. The only thing I've done is put a set of tires on it. I don't know what to tell you guys to convince you. You have to come into today. You know, stop living in the early 2000s or the late 90s with these gas cars. I know Some of you cannot do it because of financial reasons. But if you have good credit, you can do it. And if you, and I know it's scary because you're going to take a chance. And what if it doesn't work? And what if this and what if that? But that's every business that you jump into. If you live scared, you're never going to jump. You're never going to take a step into a business because you're going to be scared about failing. But we all have that fear. It's a good fear to have. It keeps you motivated. Okay? It keeps you motivated to be successful. And I'm trying to show you that all you have to do is stay true to your contractual hourly rate with these apps, especially Instacart. And once you are contracted a job and you accept it, work it as if it is your business. You contracted a job. This is my customer now, and I'm going to make sure this customer is 100% satisfied. I don't care if it's a $10 batch. I don't take too many $10 batches, but if it's a $15 or $20 batch, I don't care if it's got 5 items. I'm going to make sure that that customer goes, wow, this guy went the extra mile, and all he got was 2 things of cookies and some strawberries, whatever. I don't care. I want them to see that I go the extra mile. And for you older people like me, when you get to a house and they see you're a little older, it's going to make a little bit of a difference because they're going to be like, wow, he's out there busting his butt and he's an older guy. Let me throw him a couple extra bucks. I'm telling you. When you get to the house, read the instructions. Don't ring the doorbell if it says don't knock. Don't ring the doorbell. Don't do that. Read the instructions. All right. If the instructions are conflicting, send a message. Say, this says this, but it's supposed to be this. You'll know what I mean when you see it. Okay. Just take pride in it. Take pride in yourself, man. Like make it your own. Make it your own as if you owned Instacart. But really, what I'm trying to tell you is own up to the fact that you are your own business. You're not just an independent contractor working for Instacart. You're your own business. And if you're multi-apping, these businesses, the only difference between them and FedEx and UPS is they didn't hire their own in-house customer service guys. Instacart, I'm talking about. FedEx has guys that go out. They have a little FedEx uniform. They have FedEx trucks. You know the deal. FedEx hired it to contain everything. But Instacart and Uber and DoorDash, they don't do that. If they did that, we'd be out of a job. But they don't do that. They contract it out. And you are one of the contractors. Okay? So treat it like that. Treat it like that. Okay? If you do that, I guarantee the money's going to come to you. Okay? So FedEx is a real job, and that's a difference. Yes, it is. And FedEx is going to offer you yeah, they do. I know FedEx use it now. Um, you know, the thing about FedEx, yeah, you're going to have benefits and all that, but you're not going to have the freedom that we have as total independent contractors, but you can still make the same money those guys make. Okay, as far as the benefits, yeah, you're going to have to pay for health insurance. Um, uh, as far as 401k, you can do your own 401k. You can open up your own Roth IRA. I did it myself. I have a little Roth. I put about $7,000 a year in it, and it's self-invested. Do your research. Find the good dividend stocks. Find the companies that have been around for a long time. So FedEx is a real job, but you have to be willing to hang in there. Exactly, and it's a tough job. That's a very tough job. Uh, so that's all I'm saying. So good luck to everybody. And Ryan, okay, buddy. Anyway, good luck to everybody. I hope you make lots of money. If you have any questions, just let me know, okay? And I'll answer them as quick as I can and as best I can.